I'm not your mother. Stop telling me how to wipe your butt and clean up after yourself. That's not how I was supposed to say that. On today's episode, we're going to continue Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, it's going to be fun.
I don't even know if it sounds good or not. I should probably listen to it.
You remember that show? Are we recording?
Yeah, I don't know where to put stuff like this. Like, this is great stuff. Stop comparing your spouse to fill in the blank.
Yes. Oh, that can go. That can apply to everything.
Every aspect of life.
Absolutely.
Right.
Watching TV, hey, what, God, don't ever say this, guys. Don't ever say this. Why don't you look like that? Don't ever say that.
Good. We already had this episode.
We had that
Tom.
episode.
Tell your wife she's hot.
She's hot. But, I mean,
beautiful. Probably don't tell her she's hot. You could tell her she's hot.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But
man.
let's, I sit there and there's so many. Before we get into that, let's just, how has your week been going?
Good. School is nuts for the kids.
I bet.
And I'm still like part-time pastor, part-time show host, content creator. What do we call this? I don't know what we're doing. I still work a full-time Uber job, trying to make a full-time Uber job. So I'm tired.
Oh, yeah.
And trying to take all of this stuff and do it in practice. Like, I understand it's hard. Yeah. Because I'm still like, my kids have a split start. So it's like 2 days a week. Like, I hate asking my wife because she works later in the evening. Like, hey, can you take all the kids to school at their separate times? Or do I not work those mornings and make them like home days, which is fine. But then every day, because she's just flat out at work, I need to be home in order to get the kids, bring the kids home, get homework started, chores started, dinner, and all of that stuff. The schedule fills up quick. And I'm just like, when is the next break?
Right.
And, like, we homeschooled last year, as a lot of people did. And so if you just don't want to be home, you just don't be home. You go do something. And as long as there's internet, it's frowned upon to just have your kids miss school because you don't want to be at home that day.
Right.
Not encouraged.
No, definitely not.
So,
man, that's what I'm saying.
It's been busy, but
that's where time management comes in.
Thanksgiving is coming over the horizon.
That's when my daughter's getting married. Can you believe that? She chose the day before Thanksgiving. Love her to death. I get it.
That's weird, right?
It's
Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday. I'm off that week, so it doesn't bother me, but...
I am too, but that's a travel day.
Yeah. And hopefully everybody will be here. I know my mother-in-law's coming in. My sister-in-law, brother-in-law are coming in. People like that. It is what it is. For some odd reason, they wanted Halloween. It's a Sunday. But it wasn't available. So the next one that they decided on, her and her fiance, they decided the day before Thanksgiving. Whatever. I'm okay with that because I got married the day after Christmas. Family was in. It was a lot easier. They're already here.
I'm just like, why the day before Thanksgiving? But whatever.
I don't know. I was sitting there going, maybe I'll deep fry a turkey for their wedding. I don't know.
December 2nd, right? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
whatever. Yeah.
The weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So you can have the week off for Thanksgiving and then go into your anniversary. But
we're a hunting family.
Nice.
I have only 15 years. I've been actually home on my anniversary twice.
Oh,
Because
no.
it's the first week of hunting season.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I get that. You're with your in-laws. Your father-in-law.
I am with my father-in-law. Yeah. But I've been home twice.
It's all right. As long as she's okay with it, everything's good.
She is.
That's perfect.
She is a trooper. We have always been one of the, and we've never we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We call it Singles Awareness Day.
Right.
But we'll go out like the week before, week after. Like, birthdays don't have to be on their day.
No.
Like, we'll go out on the weekend or whatever. Funny story. Do you know the number one place you can go with no wait on Valentine's Day for dinner?
No idea.
Hooters.
Really?
Yes. We've done it.
Wow.
One time, it was probably 10 years ago. We like, hey, let's go do Valentine's Day. Like, let's just go do the normal. Like,
Yeah.
it's a 4-hour wait for a table for 2 at Olive Garden
Oh,
at
my
Metro
gosh.
Center.
No.
Hooters was across the street, and there was only like 3 cars in the parking lot. We sat immediately, and there was only like 6 people in there the whole time.
I need to remember that.
Because like it sounds horrible, but all the single people are staying home because they're clearly aware of what day it is, and that's awful. Like that's why we call it Singles Awareness Day.
Right.
And nobody in their right mind is gonna let their spouse take them to Hooters on Valentine's Day. It's not a knock on Hooters. The food is actually pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, if you want to go out on Valentine's Day, be sure you're gonna get a seat. Hooters.
Absolutely.
Imagine Twin Peaks is probably gonna be
relatively the same.
Tilted Kilt probably be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, we started doing it.
We are not condoning exploiting women for the. But if you need a place to sit for food and you really want to go out on Valentine's Day,
I always do it. We do lunch.
Yeah, we usually don't do anything, or we'll go out on like Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're together anyway. It doesn't matter.
I usually end up working like Uber the weekend before and the weekend after. Like if it's in the middle of the week, both weekends before and after are usually really good.
That's nice.
All right. Let's do our question.
Uncommon questions.
Now that we know we should go to Hooters for dinner on Valentine's Day.
We're just going to take it off the top.
Pro-marriage tip.
This one, this is kind of funny. If you could choose one person to sing karaoke at your funeral, who would it be and what song would they sing?
Oh. I have 2.
Okay.
The first one, I think it'd be cool if Rascal Flatts sang Broken Road because that's our wedding song. But the other one would be Leanne Rimes singing One Way Ticket.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yep. That's good. That's good.
Clearly, I'm a country fan, and I'm sorry. Country pop.
Country pop. That's all right. That's all right. That's funny. That's funny. But why would you want your wedding song at your funeral?
Because it's a good song.
Oh,
like that song for a long time has summed up like the horrible brokenness of who I was as a person before I got married to where I am now. Like, that is a broken road that turned to a whole lot of grace and redemption.
Nice. That works.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd want to sing it, but Another One Bites the Dust would be perfect. I don't mind that. I'm gone. I'm in a better place. So that to me is funny.
Could
Another
be
One Bites the Dust.
Any number of AC/DC songs that involve the other direction.
Well, I hope not. Praying not. No. Well, I mean, you could always go Stairway to Heaven or whatever. But,
yeah.
But I Another One Bites the Dust, and I joke around with people like that. That's a wedding song and a funeral song. I could say that because I've been married a long time. I love my wife, and she knows I'm joking when I say that. But I don't know who I'd want to sing it. I mean,
oh man, so many people.
But that's immediately what came to mind was Another One Bites the Dust, and it's okay.
I'd want Leanne Rimes to sing anything, or Kelly Clarkson.
Oh yeah.
If either of those two, I don't care. Pick a song.
They're beautiful singers.
They are.
But okay, so we're good. We're getting on with
My
this.
wife is
going
to be shocked that I did not say anything about Britney Spears.
Why?
Oh, do you not know this?
I don't know this.
Oh, I am a... It's going to come out sooner or later. I am a huge Britney Spears fan.
Okay. Okay. We don't judge. It's okay.
Yes, we do.
Well, not on the air.
No, I have been. Like, I have her first 2 albums on cassette.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, like...
And I'm the old one.
I have Leanne Rimes' first 2 albums on cassette, too. But... yeah, no, I am a huge Britney Spears fan. Not like to the point that I dress in Britney shirts and like wear makeup and all of that stuff. I enjoy her as an artist.
Right.
something like I don't know if you do this, but I'm a big fan of complete records, albums, like not
Right.
just the singles, but
Right.
like listen to the whole body of work. And like when
Yeah.
you sit down and listen to a sounds weird. When you sit down and listen to any complete record, like think vinyl, you listen to the whole
Yeah.
album. Like there's a lot of work and effort. And I just, as a Britney Spears fan or any artist, like I get in trouble for this one too. I think Lil Wayne is probably one of the greatest lyricists of my generation.
Really?
Like to sit down, aside from what he's talking
Right,
about, if
right.
you listen to like the Carter 3 from beginning to end, that's an impressive piece of work.
Okay. I've
This is
never
one of his
heard.
albums.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of things we shouldn't talk about on the show because it's kid friendly. The content is objectionable, but the creative work is amazing.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I could sit and listen to that rap album and just like be.
Wow. So you go every which way. You got country there. You
Oh
got
yeah,
rap.
I legit listen to everything.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Well, and hey, we were camping, and I'd surprised you that I had country music on my phone.
oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and I got grief. I got grief from.
I
from
pick
some,
on people for listening to because I say that current country music is not. It's pop
Right.
music with some Nashville twang, which
Right.
is fine. It's still creative music. But yeah, no, I genuinely listen to everything.
Yeah.
Like good grief. Hailstorm, Lil Wayne, Leanne Rimes, Kelly Clarkson. Actually, it's going to be really weird, and somebody's going to laugh at me. I'm actually kind of on a Doja Cat kick right now because she can sing and rap in the same song, and it's like, it's kind of cool. And she's got a weird voice, like in
Okay.
a good way.
I'll have to look that one up. I have
Yeah.
no idea who that is. Again, I'm old. Okay, I said it.
I'm old too, but like yeah.
But you also deal with your youth at church, so they're bringing stuff in.
Yeah,
It's like,
well,
oh,
no, I found that one on my own.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely enjoy all of it. But,
okay.
And then
Oh,
you can
good.
throw in David Crowder, and
Oh yeah.
Toby Mac is as old as we are and still
Right.
tours every year.
Oh yeah. I still. I mean, I have albums on my phone
Yeah,
from my old days.
sure.
I have vinyl from when I used to listen to Metallica.
Oh,
I have
that's cool.
vinyl. They were Christmas gifts a couple years ago from my kids.
Sure.
Vinyl albums. I'm like, oh
They're oddly enough making a comeback.
yeah.
Like, they're putting new 2020, 2021 albums on vinyl.
Yes.
And like that's cool.
Yes. I just don't. I don't.
That's
Have,
funny.
I don't have a record
The
player.
click pop stuff that you hear on is actually an effect now in digital music.
Oh no, no! I want that needle scratch.
It's an effect now you can add to like, we could put it on the
No.
show and have the pops and clicks through the whole show digital.
So we can be on vinyl.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's awesome.
let's get
Let's
into
get in.
our topic today. Now that you have learned way too much about us, I am not singing any songs today because the only one I can ever think of is the song about her being a girl, which just sounds hilarious coming from a middle-aged fat guy. Anyway, hopefully your mother does not currently wipe your butt. And you do clean up after yourself. But one of the big things that we struggle with as men is comparing our wives to some other woman, whether it's mom, an
Right.
ex, that's probably the only two big ones, coworker, whatever.
Coworkers, yeah. I mean,
Because we joke about it to the extent that it's healthy. If this is potentially extramarital, we all have work wives to
Oh,
some
okay.
extent. Like Kim knows, like when I had a desk job, Michelle was like my best friend in a healthy way. Like,
right.
you know, we practice safe boundaries, like no rooms by ourselves together, like
Right.
stuff like that. Like, but we got work done and it was fun. Like we enjoyed it, stuff like that. But I never compared the two
Right.
because that's just like I like being married.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, that's not the way my mom used to do it. That's not the way my ex did it. I'm like, well, you're not married to your ex, and your mom hopefully won't live with you until she has to. Whatever. You know, there's comes a time when
Yes.
children take care of their parents. Whatever. Sometimes we even comparing with the Joneses. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you had said it earlier when we were prepping for the show. why don't you look like that? Really,
Yeah.
bro? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and like you said, any aspect.
She's popped out 3 of your kids and taken care of you for the last 15 years.
Oh.
Why don't you look like Val Kilmer? Good grief, I'm old.
Val Kilmer is Batman?
No, Top Gun.
Okay. There's a
I was sure he had abs in Batman. I'm not a Batman.
Well, they were plastic ones, but.
Oh.
Well, you're right. You're right. I mean, we need to take care of ourselves.
Yes,
we do the best we can. But we sit there and I did it as in the beginning of our marriage. And we were. Oh my gosh! I mean, I got married young.
Sure.
And I grew up a certain way, and she grew up a certain way. Big controversy in my house is Miracle Whip or mayonnaise. She grew up with mayonnaise. I grew up with Miracle Whip. My mom uses Miracle Whip. You need to use Miracle Whip in this. This was a big thing when we were first married.
I don't like either one. So.
Oh, you're just weird. But
you just watched me eat ketchup on pizza.
I did.
Like, clearly, I'm weird.
Definitely. But it's little things like that, you know. And we learn different things from our parents, and when we bring two different people together, there's going to be differences, and we have to understand that. Meatloaf. Mm-hmm. She cooks it with her. She was brought up putting the ketchup on top and baking it in. I don't like it that way. My mom didn't do it that way. Blah, blah, blah. And finally, Stephanie just looked at me and goes, I am not your mom. And she's right.
Sure.
She's my wife. I chose her. And there's a difference, you know, okay, let's now talk about what we like. Different things like that. But to ever compare her to some other female is just it's degrading.
Yeah.
In an aspect. I mean, you can compare them to other females that are uplifting as well.
Oh yeah, there's good ways.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is cool. Like, or you're watching TV, and somebody does something that's cool, or like you're not comparing looks or something like that.
Right.
But like, you know, Martha Stewart made this awesome cupcake. Can we figure out how to do that?
Yeah.
That's fine. We're talking about the things that create tension and the things that make our wives not like us. Comparing to our moms, comparing to exes, any of that stuff. Good friends, whatever. The Joneses, you know, hey, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Learning how not to load the dishwasher.
There's a way to load the dishwasher?
Some guys have wives that this is how you load the dishwasher. Oh. This is the way my dad always loaded the dishwasher. I'm not your father. I'm your husband.
Oh. And that's a great point. Think about it from that perspective. If your wife, well, my dad always did it this way. Why don't you do it like my dad? Why don't you do this? How would you feel? It's the same way. Right. It's the same way.
And that's the way our wives feel. Like, you're constantly comparing them to your ex. Or, well, then go back and be with your ex. Like, if you want to create some tension in your marriage, compare your wife to your ex.
Right. Oh.
Or tell her she's just like her mother.
Oh. I've done that because it's hilarious. Little quick side story. My mother-in-law came out here, and she was visiting. And I'm watching TV. We're all out there in the living room. And both my wife and my mother-in-law fell asleep on the couch. I have recliners on the ends of my couch. And they both are up, and they both were asleep. And it was hilarious. And each one of them, for those of you that are listening online that don't have video, it was hilarious. They both would breathe in, and their lips would go, just like that. And it was almost simultaneously. I almost wore that, but simultaneously, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they are the same. And I told my wife when she woke up, I told her about that, and she's like, okay. And it was a joking thing, but there's a difference.
When it's in good fun, I think that's okay. But most of the time, the context we're talking about, it's not in good fun.
No.
Like,
You're definitely comparing
Yeah.
because you think your wife needs to be better.
And you need to discuss things and talk about things that are not right's not the right word. Things that bug you. Like you need to have like those conversations we talked about last season. Like, hey, can we talk about this?
Yeah.
And if it's in the moment, talk about it. But talk about it from the perspective of you don't necessarily like it, or tell me why we do it this way. Not my mom always did it that way. Why don't you do it that way? No, that's comparing to your mom or even to her mom.
Right.
But hey, I've always done it this way. Why do you do it different? Or is there a reason? Or maybe she doesn't like mayonnaise. I don't know.
Right.
I hate mustard. Or what's this? There's I don't like stew. Like I don't like my food touching itself.
Oh wow.
And Kim loves it. And she makes this kielbasa green bean thing that is just disgusting. And I hate it. Like, oh my gosh, do I hate it. So, like, that's like something from your family. Like, that's disgusting. I don't want it. Why do you always have to make that? To, hey, plan it for days I'm not here.
Right.
And so we talk about it. Like, I genuinely don't like this. This is like, it just makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. There's no more comparison to family. It's just like, hey, I don't appreciate it. And you can do that about all of that stuff. Like, okay, what are some horrible, funny examples? Like, I always have to face the door whenever we eat out.
Right.
And that was weird for her for a while, to where now, like, we went to Biscuit over here in Surprise.
Yeah.
And she stands at, like, the waitresses always look weird because she'll go to they'll take us to the table and she'll stand there and wait for me to sit before she sits down. Or I'll like, hey, sit on that side. And I've had couples like, or people sitting around us look at us like, why are you telling your wife where to sit? And I'm like, whatever, you'll get over it. Just think I'm a horrible person. But my wife is like, I need to sit facing the most comfortable way for me. And like, no, her family never really cared. They all just sit down. And my dad's that way too.
Yeah.
But she never compared. She's just like, hey, why do you do that? Like, hey, what's the deal? Or, I'm not paranoid. I promise I'm not paranoid. It's just, it's in my nature. We were talking the other day about going the same way every time to a place.
Oh.
I don't go the same way the same time. And she's like, nobody I know ever does that. Why do you we came in on this side of the neighborhood. We went home on this side of the neighborhood. Now you're going over here. And I'm like, it's ingrained in my nature. Yeah. Like I genuinely like to drive, which is already a problem. Like I just won't go if I can get away with it, I won't go to the same place twice.
Right.
And shit just looks so weird. Like, is that a family thing? And it's like, I don't think it is, but she'll ask, like, hey, what part of your family stuff? Like, have conversations about it. Don't just start comparing. And if you were that happy about the way your ex did it,
yep,
this is horrible. Go back to your ex.
Right.
But if it didn't work out with your ex, it didn't work out for a reason. Build new memories, build new life with your current partner.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, to be able to sit there and bring that up, it's always, I've always been taught, try to use the I statement. I feel this way, or whatever the case may be. And you can sit there and as a husband, when you say something, when it came out that it was not good.
Oh, yeah.
You can just sit there.
If not by the look on her face, she'll feel it in a minute.
Yes, and you're sitting there going, if I could catch those words and just swallow them again, I would have. But a lot of times we may not think, and it's just like we may see something as a compliment. Oh, something, whatever the case may be, we may see it as a compliment, but your wife's going, oh, he's comparing me to somebody. And when you compare me to somebody, apparently I'm not good enough for you.
Yeah. And that's the part we want to avoid, is that there's still a lot of grace and forgiveness because we're human. We're going to screw it up. But we're doing this together. We're in this together. We chose to build this life together.
Yes.
So stop comparing them to past lives or past things. Like, you left your parents to form this new life. There are good things your parents gave you.
Oh, yeah.
You can bring those into your marriage. But don't compare your wife to those things.
Right.
Or figure out or talk about how to do that. All right. You good?
I think this is good. And just to reiterate, you're a husband, you're a wife. It's together.
Yeah.
You guys got to be together. You got to be on the same page.
Absolutely.
So
I think that would fix most problems.
Yes.
If everybody was on the same page.
Yep. Absolutely. I think this is. I mean, these are great topics that we're talking about these past couple of weeks. These are amazing, and it's not that we're gonna fix anything. We're just giving examples from our marriages,
just ideas
our
and
lives
to move forward.
Yeah.
Like, even our if you're divorced or separated or not dating anymore,
Right.
like part of our exes will always love us. The tension and the problem is they don't like us anymore.
Right.
And when you don't like somebody, you don't want to be around them. You don't want to hang around them. So they've moved on.
Yeah.
They'll probably, I mean, I've talked to couples all the time that are separated. They still love their ex.
Yeah.
To an extent. If they've moved on, they're fully devoted to their families now. But still,
Right.
part of them still values the past relationship.
Yeah.
But the like was gone.
Yes.
We say, we don't love each other anymore. But that's what we say. It's crap. You just don't like each other anymore, and you don't want to put up with it.
Right.
Marriage takes work.
Yes.
100 and 100.
Exactly.
212. Check on your wife, husband, whatever. All right. We're out of time. So that camera shut off like 10 minutes ago, so you've been staring at us from the side. Like, subscribe. Tell us what you want to talk about. Leave us comments. No trolling. If you're trolling us, I'll block you. But if you want to share constructive things, we'd love hearing those. As always, we are not mental health professionals. If you need professional help, please find it somewhere other than us. We're just two guys like having a good time that we think your wife can like you more than she did yesterday.
Yep.
See ya.